Matt Cumming, a graphic designer, author, songwriter, and massive fan of all things stylish and creative. When I discovered the remarkable results that everyday people like me were achieving through the Australian Institute of Creative Design's fashion mentoring program, I instantly knew that I had to give it a go to see if I could turn my own secret lifelong dream of creating a fashion label into a reality. But to really put it to the ultimate test, I decided to squeeze their normal program into an insanely short time frame. So I'll be fast-tracking 12 months worth of research, planning, branding, design, web development, production, marketing, customer service, growth management, and so much more to see if I can build a brand new fashion label from scratch in just 12 weeks. So join me for 84 crazy days to watch every single step of the agony and ecstasy unfold throughout my 12-week fashion launch. So this week was mainly about marketing. I hired a marketing assistant and we worked through a detailed marketing plan, a strategy to launch my Kickstarter campaign. Also, I worked on the Kickstarter campaign again, just finessing some of the text content and also starting to work on the video. And finally this week, I found some accessories that I might use for the photo shoot. So there are 3 kind of challenges this week. Nothing dramatic, nothing major, but the first thing was just in communication with my new marketing assistant. Because she's not a native English-speaking person, there was a little bit of miscommunication and confusion when we were trying to organise the marketing plan. Working out some of the finer details was probably a little bit challenging because of the nuance of the English language, me trying to explain some of my ideas to her. They were getting lost in translation. The second thing was a timing issue. Because the photo shoot is coming up so soon and my labels hadn't arrived, I had to get my shirt maker to make some of the shirts for the photo shoot without those back neck labels. Now that's not really a big deal. I'm probably not going to sell those particular shirts. They're going to be used as samples. So I guess it doesn't really matter, but it was just a little hiccup along the way. Finally, again in relation to the photo shoot, the last challenge this week was just the fact that I'm sort of waiting for the photo shoot to happen before I can really launch out and do my marketing, finish my Kickstarter campaign and finish my website. So that's making me feel a little bit uncomfortable just having to wait for that before I can finish all of those other things. My first opportunity this week was not only in hiring a marketing assistant, but the fact that I was able to negotiate a deal with her, which is more motivating for her, but hopefully will also bring a greater return for me as well. I've spoken to a few different people who are successful in business, and one of the things that I sometimes hear is the phrase flesh in the game. And basically what it means is that the more sales she brings in, the more she gets paid. So we've set a fixed fee of $500, then 10% of all of the earnings of my Kickstarter campaign. Sometimes when you're working with somebody in sales or marketing for the first time, this sort of deal can be a really great idea. It actually lowers the risk for you, but also increases the capacity of earning for them as well. And because there's a fixed fee, she's definitely going to get paid an amount that she was already happy with, but now the deal is far sweeter for her because the more effort she puts in, the more money she earns. And also because part of the negotiation was around using her contacts, using her network. Now, if it turns out that her network isn't as great as she says it is, then it's no loss to me because I haven't paid any extra for that. However, if it is as great as she says it is, then it means there'll be a lot more sales coming in, she'll get paid a lot more, and obviously I'll do better as well. The second opportunity this week is really great. Someone who's a close friend of mine, who's also in my target market and has a pretty huge following in social media within that target market and beyond, has offered to help me promote my Kickstarter campaign. So that's really awesome because it means that straight away I'm going to have an audience of the right kind of people and promoted by somebody other than myself, which is always important. I had a few small moments of excitement this week, and it's a very simple but very significant thing, and that is that people have already expressed interest in buying my shirt. And what's particularly great about that is that they haven't seen it in person. It's been much more about the branding, about the message that I've been telling about the shirt, and that's exactly what I want to know. I want to know that the messaging, the things that I say about the shirt, and the reason why it exists is really resonating with my target audience. What I've learned this week is that it's never too early to build relationships, particularly with people who you think might be able to help you achieve your goals. Now, specifically with this 12-week fashion launch and my label Liberato, I already knew a few influencers that are now stepping up and offering to help me promote my label. And that's fantastic. But it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't have spent the time and the energy investing in those relationships first. The other thing I've learned is to simply keep talking. Keep sharing your vision about what it is that you're trying to create, and particularly why you're doing it, because that's the thing that really resonates with people. And sharing what you're doing with enthusiasm and emotion is also crucially important because, again, people really connect with that. And so what it does is the more you talk about it in a genuine, enthusiastic way, the more buzz is created, not only in your friends and family and immediate circles, but in those that they influence as well. And that brings me on to how this week has shaped me. Really, it's been in a very clear reminder that when we're building a brand, when we're building a business, what we need to communicate is the why. Why we're doing it, why the product is good, why people will like it, why it's going to work well for them. It's those whys that people really connect with, and it's those whys that make selling much easier. It's not just about having a great product. There have been thousands, perhaps millions of great products that have gone out into the marketplace and fallen flat simply because people didn't communicate the why. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the power of why in sales and marketing, then there's a great book and lots of videos on YouTube called Start With Why by Simon Sinek, and I highly recommend you check that out. So that is week 8, and remarkably, I'm so close now. Next week is the photo shoot. I'll be finalising my marketing plan. I'll be getting my Kickstarter campaign online and hopefully finishing my website as well. It's going to be a huge week next week. Very exciting to have that photo shoot coming up, and very exciting to finally be able to reveal my shirt to the rest of the world.